Welcome to episode number 3 of my College Football 25 Road to Glory career series. Freshman season has been a shocking way to debut my career, coming late into the season, defeating number 1 Ohio State, having a crazy, wild playoff sequence to keep Northwestern alive and possibly make it to the national championship as my first year with Northwestern. And now we're taking on Notre Dame to continue our hopes. This is one of the most enjoyable experiences I have ever had in Road to Glory. Now, going up against Notre Dame at Notre Dame, I know this is going to be the toughest challenge to keep my season alive as a freshman. Starting out this game, I was getting beat up like usual. No time whatsoever, but we're keeping our hopes alive, tying up the game right here. But throughout this match, Notre Dame was just relentless with the pass rush. I had no time, and they had clam defense, and I just got eaten up this match. Especially at Notre Dame, I knew there was no chance for me to overcome this with a win to continue my hopes. And obviously, the winner of this match was going to be playing Ohio State, and I already played them twice. I beat them the first time by luck. The second time, they destroyed me. And to play them a third time, I'm pretty sure they would have whooped me even worse than the last game. So, my season ends right there in a crazy fashion. But it was a great freshman start, but it was one of the most wildest things to ever experience. And I sat here for a while debating if I should transfer out of Northwestern because how I got beaten up through the end of the season, I was thinking that, I can't suffer that much of a beating anymore, especially heading into next season with this team. So, do I really want to grind on another team? So, I took my talents to Georgia as a walk-on. And I know that the grind is much more harder to get to that starting position. And I wanted to go somewhere where I can dominate and have an easier pathway because the amount of talent that the team has, just to make things a little bit or much easier for me. I feel like Georgia was a place to go. Even though this next season they barely reached the top 25 rankings. Yes, last season they finished 8-5. 8-5. What the hell happened? So with this transfer portal, it's a big game changer, man. Coming on to Georgia, I wasn't expecting the players that they ended up getting on this team. Now the thing about it, they just reached the top 25. So I was kind of shocked. I guess the recruiting wasn't the greatest, but the players that they got coming over, I thought they would have been ranked higher. Now right here, their starting quarterback got hurt, so they was looking forward to playing your boy. Kind of like a testing to see where I'm at, my skills and all that. So, with that being said, I had to hit the practice field. I had to start grinding my player. I had to get my skills up. I had to bond with this team, get used to the players that I have built around me to help me be successful. And so that's what I ended up doing. Now, as starting out early, I wasn't expecting to get any playing time whatsoever because transferring over as a walk-on, that's pretty much being on the bench. So, I had to get my player, myself, a little bit better. Now, Georgia's ranked 24. It's week number 3. This is their second game of the season. They're going up against 0-2 UCLA. Now, with the quarterback being hurt, I guess Coach wanted to see how I done. So he started me off in this game. And my back is against the wall. I start off with a bang. I'm throwing it deep for a touchdown on my very first play, my very first pass. And that is what you want to witness. That's what you want to see. That's what you need to show off to the coaching staff and the head coach. And then from there on, I was throwing dimes because my players was getting wide open and I had time in the pocket. I wasn't getting beat up like I was getting beat up at Northwestern. It felt much more better coming to Georgia with all this pressure taken off of me, with more talent to help me better my career and chances to heading to the next level. And look who came to Georgia. Transfer over from Texas, Isaiah Bond, the speedster. I end up destroying UCLA. I took advantage of this game because I was starting out, and I put up some crazy, wacky numbers. Look at that. 1,347 passing yards and 18 touchdowns. I did not let off this game because, for one, I needed to improve my player, and I know I had to show out to get as much attribute points that I can. And that's what you guys see right here. I end up getting 20 attribute points to help boost my accuracy. My accuracy was the main focus. I wanted to get up first, and I end up maxing out to 99. Now I can pretty much go to the next one, which is throw power, and try to start maxing that out because I am looking forward to staying all 5 years trying to build up my player before I go pro. Now, not only am I trying to improve myself, but I'm also grinding up the depth chart positions to get to the starting position. Our next game, we end up taking on number 2 Texas, who's 4-0, as we're currently 2-0, and we're moving up the top 25 to rank 17. This game came down to a wire. As you guys see that I'm sitting on the sidelines because I'm not starting yet, and I had to watch this game play out. And I thought we was going to blow out Texas for a minute, and Texas all of a sudden ends up coming all the way back. And I honestly thought we was going to lose this match. And we end up pulling out by 1 point to win this game against number 2 Texas. It's pretty wild to see Isaiah Bond as well, who was just on Texas, transfer over to Georgia, get his revenge against them, and ends up beating them. Probably the greatest feeling for him and to witness. Now, here I am, about to get the position battle against the starting quarterback to try to take over this team. So, I had to keep on grinding and pray and hope that Georgia continues to beat these teams. So we end up beating Ole Miss 42-10. Then our next game we take on 4-1 Kentucky, and we end up blowing them out as well, 37-17. Then we take Auburn on 2-3 as a rivalry match, and we end up barely beating Auburn. I thought this was going to be an upset match, but we was able to pull out this match for a victory. So now I have the chance to get the position battle and finally get the starting position. Now, it took me a few more levels to grind before I was offered to start that position battle, as you guys see right here, which is kind of odd. So I get the option to do so, to finally compete for that starting position, worked my way up, and I end up winning it. And check this out. They are debuting me against number 13 Tennessee, who is undefeated. And this is not the first time because, once again, started off my freshman season against undefeated Ohio State and pulled an upset. And starting out this game, I threw a pick. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be tough. But I didn't let that rattle me. I came back. I threw a deep dot touchdown to get my composure back. And I feel like the experience that I had, as my freshman season, the way everything started off, it prepared me for this moment. And ever since that bounce back, I was able to dominate throughout this match. On the road against one of the toughest stadiums, the noise. I just feel like, the freshman season that I had, it prepared me to dominate for this game. And now that I have much more talent, it just made things much more easier compared to what I had to deal with at Northwestern. and all that grinding I had to do to get to the starting position, it was well worth it. Improving myself, it showcased in this match. And that's what you want to see with your career, right? Everything aligned up, and it just worked out perfectly in this match, and it showcased very well what I'm capable of. So with that being said, I made another statement performance, letting everybody know who I am, an upcoming legend, dominating against Tennessee. 83-14 was the final outcome. And guys, there's no slowing down, only from here going up. And we're going to see where my career ends up going from here on out and see what I can do if I can win individual awards like the Heisman Award, as well get some championships under my belt. So here's my improvements from that performance. Got 12 attribute points. Wanted to do a little bit of abilities, but I'm going to save that for last. I wonder if it's going to carry over if I go into Madden. Not sure how it's going to work, but I just want to make sure I get all my ratings high because I want to go into Madden with high ratings. Hopefully maxed out, that is. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned to enjoy the series, and I'm out. Peace.